Well, welcome to this week's video and new installment of Ricardo and Afern. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about something that is very important, and it's actually something that's going to happen once you get under contract. And this topic keeps on happening sometimes to loan officers and to clients who don't have the right information and don't know how to proceed once they are under contract when it comes to their assets. This is a very important topic because a lot of contracts can fall out of contract because they're not following the proper protocol. So I'm going to give you the basics. So once you get under contract, you can start thinking about this, right? And this is something that you can ask your loan officer when you get to work with them. So the first thing is going to be on regards to the assets that you already have. You already need to know what assets are you going to be using to buy this home. And that could be your 401k, that could be your IRA, that could be savings, that could be stocks, that could be bonds, whatnot, right? So once you have discovered and you already know which assets you want to use, make sure that you let your loan officer know, right? You let me know what assets are you going to be using for the purpose of this purchase. Once that you have determined these assets, then myself or your loan officer is going to give you the proper guidance on how to move these assets. And it's actually better to start a process early than to start it late. Because a lot of times what I have noticed that a lot of these assets will wire the money, but it takes days and sometimes even weeks. And if we do this at the very end, this is going to halt your process and it's going to extend your clear the day that you're supposed to be closing, right? Now, this has a consequence or multiple consequences, right? Because if you don't close on the date that you're supposed to, there is a great possibility that the people that are selling you the home are buying their home. And that could be a chain reaction, right? So what we want to do is to ensure that we are on time closing the loan. So it is important that we start this process immediately, or at least have the steps in mind of what we need to do. So once we get there, or we can cross the milestone, let's say, for example, underwriting, then we can go ahead and retrieve those assets and put them in the proper place. So when you need to wire that money to the title company, it is all set and we don't have to wait. The other thing is the proper handling of your bank accounts. A lot of times, and this ties into this topic, right? A lot of times people take it upon themselves to move money from one account to another, and they move it in a big quantity, and all of a sudden the way that they moved it is considered to be a cash movement. And if you're using cash on a conforming loan, it will not allow you to continue. So it is important when we're talking about assets that you talk to me, you talk to your loan officer and ensure that we all have a plan on how to move forward with these assets and how to respect these assets so we can go ahead and close on time. The other thing that is extremely important, and this is a topic on itself, but I do want to add it, is respect your credit. Keep on making your payments on time. Be very aware of all the subscriptions that you have. Be very aware of those small credit cards that you have that they might have a monthly payment of, I don't know, $10, $15, and you may forget. You'll be surprised how many people forget to pay those little accounts. And then when we are about to close, we get a alert saying that the credit went down. So please keep that in mind and ensure that you have presence in regards to your debts and to make those payments on time. If you have any questions when it comes to this topic, I know it's a very dense topic and it's better to talk to me. It's better to talk to your loan officer and have a proper plan. Just give me a call or text me, 480-542-8890, 480-542-8890, and have a wonderful weekend.